Good day, everyone. Welcome to Bird Speaks Tarot. Thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes. It really helps the small channel. And of course, it helps you find me again if you do resonate with this. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. All of my 26 subscribers. I love every single one of you. I'm just going to grab some charms here. Okay, mermaid's back again. Lots of marine type stuff. So we have, I'm just going to put them together. We have the starfish, which is renewal. We also have that pearl there. Pearl is started from a little grain of sand and becomes this beautiful piece of jewelry we all like to wear, right? But it was started from something very, 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 very small and turned into something beautiful. And then we have the white star there, which I notice is upside down. So that certainly is giving me Eastern Star. It looks like some of these Eastern stars are possibly going after somebody who is pure of heart. That doesn't mean they're perfect by any means. Actually, it usually means the opposite. It means they went through hell and back and is still a very nice and lovely person, and usually somebody who learns from everything that they've been through. It's actually more important that you've been through. I'm picturing like Constantine, the movie Constantine, where he's able to dive into the underworld and still come out fairly unscathed, right? Now, that whale is symbolizing this is something big, possibly moon rituals. There's a full moon coming up. Now, this is my blood moon ritual. So this could have actually been started around the blood moon, which I think was in March of this year. I could be wrong. Drop it in the comments if you know. But we are definitely working with some sort of marine spirit. So somebody could be working with orishas. There's a couple different, I want to say, spiritual or religious groups, rather than ethnic groups that work with hoodoo and stuff like that. Because where I live, it is a very mixed race of people, and not traditionally who I think you would think works with marine spirits, but they do. This could even be a suggestion for you to get to know them a little bit better yourself. There also could be some Eastern stars that are looking to bring you on board and is not really sure how to go about that. Or, they may not think you want to, which may be correct. It may be. But yeah, because the heart and the star are the same color. So I feel like maybe like somebody in that organization actually does see something in you. Because not all secret societies are bad. Or the people in it. I think that you certainly need to know. I think it's a bad idea to make an oath to things that you don't understand. And I'm fairly certain that's one of the first things these groups get you to do is make promises and take an oath before truly understanding like what that is all about. This rose particularly stood out to me because I feel like, again, with the star and the heart, like it's almost like somebody sees your gifts or they see your, maybe they want to come in with a gift or, like it makes me think of these guys, exactly who I'm thinking of. This one has the yellow rose, but I believe there's another one. It makes me think of this gentleman here. And there's another one. I think she's holding one as well. So this would be, there we go. There's the rose. Commitment, a contract even. This could be an offer of some sort. Still not the rose I'm actually looking for. It's the one, this one. And it's right beside the bouquet of roses. Okay, I love this. Yeah, I feel like, you know, either somebody wants to offer you something, possibly a contract, or they see this energy within you. Maybe that you are gifted. Let's see. You know what? I think I should use this deck. Bird, what are we talking about? Okay, so this is, ooh. Right as I cut the deck, I'm noticing this tree. And this tree happens to be like a singular tree floating in water. Right? Like it's almost like it's an island of its own, right? And I feel like you are an island on your own. You could be in isolation, but I'm getting more along the lines of this gift runs in your DNA. This is, I want to say hereditary or handed down. This key, these answers, these this ability to, and it's weird because I'm seeing doors opening but in your mind. Like new doors are opening, or a new way of connecting to your ancestors in some way, shape, or form. Like your crossed over loved ones. I just saw the grave, though I shuffled it too quick. I feel like this is something handed down from your past over loved ones. It is some sort of a threshold that you are about to be gifted or walk through. Possibly the ability to work with marine spirits. Now, I feel like maybe too that like these people have tried to have that control with the steering wheel there, or the ship's wheel, or the helm, whatever you call it. I'm not like a boat person, though, not for any particular reason besides not having the opportunity. But where I live, strangely enough, it's there's marinas everywhere. I live on an island, so one of the shadier things that I think of when I see something like this together, the mermaid and the helm or the steering wheel, is that the helm? I don't know. Has to do with when you're putting sirens together, ladies of the night. They do a lot of work on ships that are docking in the port. Or that is also the way they transport mermaids for, it has to be trafficking, right? For traffic. I'm trying not to get caught up here. You know, maybe you were supposed to be a gift to somebody, or somebody made a contract or a deal to get you on this ship as a siren. This was a big deal, and they were not able to complete the task. Though I don't know why these charms are honestly giving me really good vibes, and I'm trying not to, like, I feel like I'm kind of going into other readings where like this feels really kind of happy to me. Maybe somebody's getting off of or out of that life. Or the contract was incomplete because it was illegal. What do you want me to know about this bird? They did not lock this down. This was not anchored in. They cannot hold you back. All my cards, by the way, are facing this way. This had to come out this way. So something can't be held back. Something can't be held down. Something possibly is unstable even. They can't stop you from your new beginning. Things are changing. There's been some sort of a transition. Something having to do with your intuition. The Queen of Cups there is somebody who is loving, nurturing, caring, kind, intuitive. So you may be starting a new endeavor when it comes to spirituality in some way, shape, or form. You could be into Reiki or some sort of healing. You could be learning a lot from watching tarot. You could be learning tarot yourself. It's something that has to do with maybe you're discovering that you have clairs, or that you can connect to things like Orisha. Or maybe you've been called to learn more about your heritage, because this is actually making me think that you should be looking into your culture, whether that be like Celtic, Native, maybe you're a mix of both. You could be part of the Black community, whether you're mixed race or not. But this is going to take you places. Obviously you have used your intuition. Somebody has tried to anchor your sails, right? Like somebody wanted to stop your ships from coming in or you from leaving, and they are unable to do so. You just keep going and going and going. It's like, this is somebody 10 of Swords to you. Right? They thought after they put that 10th sword in your back, whether that be, that could have been sending in energies for you to have to fight off. Everybody's got their own battles, whether their battles are, maybe you were a smoker, maybe you were a drinker, maybe you were somebody who was anxious attachment style type person. Maybe you were somebody who had abandonment issues, and they've basically with these 10 of Swords forced you to kind of work through all of whatever it was that was holding you back. Is no longer holding you back. Whatever was holding you back is no longer holding you back. You are free to go. Yeah. That's that pinged right. You are free to go. You have a new contract here. You have new beginnings. So whatever contract they tried to put you in, with that ring card there, it either was, like I said, an illegal contract, or it was not binding in some way, shape, or form because it wasn't done properly, or they broke some sort of whoever it was, which I'll grab the tarot in a minute. Funny, because I'm picking up a card off the floor and I can't help but see the King of Diamonds there is what stood out to me. So this could be a King of Pentacles that was trying to hold you back. And just as I put my charm bag back, personality disorder came out, bipolar, DID, schizo. Not to say that that's bad, but this person, and I'm not a therapist, YouTube, I can't diagnose anybody, but you kind of get what I'm saying there, right? They couldn't level up. Male cousin, possibly. Money laundering in reverse, so like they tried or they want to and they can't. or these are people who do money laundering, possibly from the um, mermaid work, Lady of the Night work that they do. They, as far as I know, is still fairly illegal in my country, in Canada. Binding contract in reverse. That's exactly what I want. So, okay, so yeah, the binding contract was not a binding contract because either you did the healing work or whatever they actually did. And look at this, right under there, they thought they'd rank up off of what they did to you. Bird's really talking today. So somebody tried to, I think a bunch of Eastern Stars or their counterparts, because this is my exact, I think I'm going to draw the colors of the Eastern Star on there. I think they tried to somehow contract you out into this Lady of the Night work, to this mermaid's work. And that's just not you, right? You are more like this. I don't know if these people are old school and they're like, well, maybe you had a child out of wedlock and they're like, oh yeah, so she's this and that. Or maybe whatever they tried to do, like these Ten of Swords, these are usually either thoughts or words, communication. They could have tried to start rumors about you, like, oh, she's addicted to something and their mental health is, or him, take it how it resonates, their mental health is bad from doing all kinds of drugs or something like that, or drinking or something like that, and they need to do this work because of, and then they try to basically kidnap you and put you on a boat. That's what I'm getting here. It's like nobody, with all the things that they did to slander your name, nobody would have missed you. They'd be like, no, nobody wants to find you because they think, oh, you're just off with a group of ice heads or, rock heads trying to, get your next fix or whatever. Like, she'll be back in a month, or we'll see her crawl out of a hole in a week. Like, this is the type of shit that they tried to put on you. So when they got you on this boat to do this work somehow that they supposedly contracted you out to do, like, I feel like I'm getting like somebody feels like they own you. I don't know if this is like a father figure or family member or ex-boyfriend or something like that. I'll hopefully figure out within the cards, but it feels like somebody felt like they had literally ownership of you and were able to kind of gear your life into whatever direction they wanted. Like if they wanted you to be with this person, they would kind of like force you somehow to only be able to talk to this person. Like maybe nobody would come near you except this person that they wanted, to the point where like you'd be like, well, I guess everybody else hates me for some reason unknown. But this person doesn't. Like they wanted you so desperate that you would actually like Stockholm syndrome to whoever it is that they set out. Like these swords were sharp, dude. They tried to cut you down. Wow, like this is hate. This is somebody who has whoever this person that thought they owned you to be able to like literally sign your life away to whatever they wanted. They have such a deep hate for you and disregard for your life and, your children or anybody who does love you. Like it is like this, whoever that person is should have never been let out of the crazy house, because I'm fairly freaking certain that they spent a lot of time there already. I think they've almost been caught for something like this before, or even like attempted red rum, and maybe was like clinically insane enough to go to a crazy house rather than jail, and now is like, this is the person that I feel like targeted you. This is like, it's serious. It's serious, and I don't think, because there's something still hidden here about this. Like, there's something lurking in the shadows. Honestly, I feel like they're going to be using this full moon coming up in some way, shape, or form. We have a full moon in Aquarius, the water bearer, even though it's an air sign. So they may be trying to attack your mental and emotional, because like Aquarius is air and water, right? I mean, it's an air sign, but it's the water bearer. It's like a freaking dude. They're gonna send some sort of mental hurricane your way. Watch your mental. Watch your mental. The next, like I always say, 6 days. We're 2 days away, so there's a few days after the 29th, where it'll be July 29th. Timeless reading, but this is what the energy is today. Or like they could be actually targeting your innocence, or your playfulness, or your joyfulness, your happiness, or honestly your child. If you have a water sign or air sign child, or if you have like a child who's a Cancer sign, but they have a stellium in Pisces, right? Or they have a stellium in Libra, something like that. You know what I mean? Like I really feel like they're using this weekend coming up, or whenever you're watching this, the next full moon cycle, to target your emotional and your mental. So it's not you. It's not PMS. It's not perimenopause. It is whatever other entity they thought would do the job this time. And I'm here to give you information about this, so you can do your, cleanse your house, do a deep clean the next couple days. We got a couple days if you're watching this today or tomorrow. We got a couple days to do the cleaning. Whatever your spiritual practices are, I am taking note of that candle there. If you have to write out whatever your thoughts are and then burn it, that's a good one to do, especially if you feel mentally tormented, or if your heart feels heavy. I want you to know that once the storm passes, the sun always shines. And like every feeling, just like clouds, they always pass. Where you will find stability again, right? So tell me about yeah, see, it feels like they're sending something. They're moving something your way, sending something forward. Because you're in the clear. You've overcome this. Eight of hearts, 8 of cups, 8 of cups. You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing, so in the 8 of cups in the Rider-Waite-Smith or other deck, you're seeing a man in red walk towards the mountains, walking away from his 8 cups. His 8 cups are something that he's been working on, he's put his heart into, and before the 9 of cups, he walks away from it, because he has to walk away from it for whatever reason. And that man in red actually is Saturn. So Saturn, and 8 of cups is Pisces or water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So you have Saturn leaving Pisces. That happened already this year, I believe in February or March of 2026. The cycle is closed. I'm seeing this moon as a circle rather than a moon. The cycle has been completed. This is not something that they can change, though 3 plus 2 is 5. They want to. 5 is an unstable energy. Maybe they're thinking that, if they go to the crossroads and make a deal with who, that they can maybe make this happen. And it's funny because, I think they're sending in, this star, this upside down star, because that's what they are. They're a bunch of unhealed people that basically need to have the support of each other because they can't stand on their own. That's what it feels like to me sometimes, because, I've I know what it's like to be targeted by groups like this, and nobody once has ever tried to get to the bottom of whatever the situation was because they've made an oath with their homies, which really nice to have a group of friends like that, but like, yo, check your mate if they're doing something wrong, right? Like, you guys, I feel like you should have your own checks and balances and not be lazy about, like, why don't you Eastern Stars flip some cards and see like what's what legit. Like, if you don't want to go actually talk to the person, you should be doing, like, any books that I've ever read says you should be doing your own checks and balances. Like, what if somebody comes to you to get a reading and that person is like a freaking psycho stalker murderer, and you're telling him all the information that she needs to know to go complete this task on a perfectly innocent person? Or do you not fucking care? You know, I gotta say, I know I said like not everybody in the group is bad, which I just think the ones that aren't bad are also ignorant and probably won't make it very far, because this is what their symbol is. And I know energy, black and white, yin and yang, you have to have the good with the bad. Sure, yeah, I get that. But anybody who's part of Epstein's crew who eats and tortures children tend to be on my bad side. I just wanted to point that out. I mean, it's got to feel good, in a sense, feeling part of a group and having camaraderie and being a part of something bigger than yourself. But at the same time, to me, that's like being bound, right? Like, it's good when it's good, but it's bad when it's bad, yeah? Right? Like, I don't think the material things that you could gain from being part of such groups only lasts in this life. You can't take it with you. You cannot take it with you. It is a binding contract. When you take these oaths, you are then bound. Bound to what? Well, this, again, once again, looks like, it looks a little Baphomet-y, huh? Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe you like the Baphomet. Maybe you like the Molochs. Maybe you like all that. You wouldn't be here if you did. So I'm not talking to you. Sorry if it came off that way. Tell me about this moon or the secret or this moon magic they're trying to send your way, which is, you know, they're out of time. I feel like they want to, in some way, shape, or form, possibly publicly do something. 8 of Swords. Publicly trap you, or maybe like set you up in some way, shape, or form publicly. So like get you out of character in some way. So like, I don't know, like maybe like in a sense like attack you, but have you lash out where you look like the bad person, where you look like the unhinged one. But they want this, it feels like an outburst to be public. I don't know if they want to like start a fight with you and like trip up your temper and you like end up with an assault charge or something. You know, that might have worked back in the day, but I'm hoping that we've all healed that side of us by now. I know that was difficult for me. I was pretty feisty. I was pretty fucking feisty. I feel like feisty is probably not even the right word, but yeah, you know, I had a lot of shit I had to work through. That's how you get a seat at the table. You work through your shit. You don't repeat things. Well, maybe you repeat things till you learn things, and then you can sit here. But you know, you have to have a pure heart. You have to want the best for everybody. Genuinely. Even after everything. And I know you guys do. That's the thing. Like, I know you guys do. I feel like that's one of the why it hurts so bad is because you were so loving and were so genuine and were so... Sorry, not were, are. You are so loving. You are so genuine. You are so kind. Even after everything. You know, you're probably the type of person that, like, hears that your nemesis is sick and wants to help and just maybe try to, like, bury the hatchet just for whatever reason. But at this stage, you need to know that whatever is happening to someone that's caused, like, if we're using the word nemesis, you know, we're the main character or the sword wielder, like, you can't put yourself in harm's way, right? You can send them love like a Care Bear from afar. You know, you can wish healing, whether that be their emotional, mental state. I know I send my attackers love and like a Care Bear, because I'm hoping one day that they'll actually, like, get it and receive it in their heart and just, you know, choose differently. Would I actually give this person a ride to the hospital or the store? No. No, I wouldn't. Why? I don't know. Probably because they'll just try to destiny swap with me or grab my hair. You know, like this 10 of swords that they tried to get away with. Dude, man, like, they tried to literally take you out. You can't that would be you not learning your lesson, right? Like, maybe before, when all this was happening, you had a hard time believing that people could actually do something along those lines because, like, who does that, right? Like, who does that? So, bottom of the deck here, I feel like there's a business involved. There's some sort of profit or benefit to keeping you isolated. You know, obviously keeping you isolated, if they can say whatever they want if you are staying to yourself. You know, they can take up all the space that you're not in, and say whatever it is they want, and then, you know, after long enough, people will believe it, if they don't, you know, see you to counteract that or anything like that. And when you end up on that ship, because this is the type of business that they are in, this is the business they tried to contract you to, this is the thing they went to the crossroads for. You could be possibly a Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn feminine, with the Queen of Diamonds there, tried to contract you in, which just made me think business-wise. Whoops, that's not supposed to be there. Business-wise, maybe that's their business, is recruiting. And recruiting maybe they get money for getting girls on ships to be moved overseas, right? They're taking girls who, like, right now I'm on Mom Book or Facebook, because I'm Mom Book old. And there's groups on there now that never would have existed back in my day, even when we had Facebook, okay? Like, this was when the internets and the Facebook came out. Never did they have groups where they can put your picture on the internet with your address and be like, this drug addict lives at 54 Crazy Street, and this is a trap house, and this person sells blah blah blah. Like, okay, even if they are doing that, even if it is a trap house, even if it is a place where people have addiction, nobody should be allowed to be doxxed. And if you try to report these groups on Facebook, Facebook says there's nothing wrong with it. They didn't violate any, you know, Facebook doesn't really give you a place to write anything. If you ever try to report anything, they just have your, like bullet point options, like your multiple choice. And if it doesn't fit in the multiple choice, then you really don't have anything else to say. But they're literally letting people put whole entire people's business out there with their picture, and a picture of their front door and like literally written address, and doesn't seem to have a problem with it. I don't know if this is happening where you live, but it certainly is happening where I live. And it blows my mind because I feel like these are targeted individuals. Like they pick somebody with a vulnerability, like say a drug addiction. Like if somebody is living in housing, they're addicted to drugs, maybe they came from a mother and father who are addicted to drugs, ran away from home at an early age to get away from it, got caught up on the streets, like literally since the day they've been born, they've had a hard life dealt to them. And now, at the age of like 25, 27, 19, their face is being blasted all over the internet for people to say, kick them out of their house. Like, they're nothing but crackheads and thieves and all that stuff. Like, how about you guys try to help? Where's the help? Where's the help? Where's the help? Because you're not helping. Like, would you say that when that 19, 25, 27-year-old was a baby living with their crackhead parents? Would you be blasting them all over the Facebook or the mom bug? Being all like, hey, look at this stupid crackhead baby. No, you fucking wouldn't. You wouldn't put the crackhead baby for everybody to blast and see, like China's social credit system, where if you jaywalk across the fucking street, your picture's put up there and nobody wants to hang out with you because now you're a bad citizen for jaywalking. Now you can't take the train because you've lost social credit points. This is upside down clown world. And, you know, I gotta tell you, we need to get together, stick together for those who can see the wrong in all this. It is not human what is grasping our world right now. We're not acting like humans. We're not. Or maybe we are, and humans have always been horrible. And I still love you. I'm not saying you're horrible. Lives are being destroyed by these posts. And I feel like these people that are on those websites, when they go missing, if girly that lives in 54 Crazy House or Crazy Lane is blasted all over the internet, if she all of a sudden disappears, do you think anybody's going to blink an eye? Meanwhile, just because she has a drug addiction doesn't mean it's okay for her to be sent overseas and trafficked as a siren, as a mermaid. It's just like, you know what? The homeless people are disappearing just like the birds and the bees. Nobody gives a shit. What don't they want to let go of? Or what were they not able to anchor down? They weren't able to stop your new beginning with gossip. This is gossip. This is what they use. They use the Ten of Swords to stop your new beginning from coming in. Tell me about this new beginning, bird. Ooh, that came out fast. It's coming in quick. There's news on the way. There's some sort of... It could be a gentleman or a missus on the way riding in on their high horse. That's possible. But I feel like it is somebody with some sort of official news. And tell me about the ship, please. Thanks for putting up with my rant. Sorry, I just can't keep it in sometimes. They're trying to get away with murder. What? This is a hasty accident, a quick ending. You know what else it is? It's actually harvest. If it came upside down, I'd be actually thinking what I first said there, but this looks like it could be coming in about your harvest. I will clarify that, actually. No, you know what? With these rats, this group in the dark basement, where they think nobody can see with this spell book and these, whatever this mystery jar of stuff in it, they're trying to send more spell work your way to stop you from leaving. They don't want you to get away. So you're supposed to be getting out wherever you live. I don't think you're going to be there very much longer. At least that's the goal. And these people do not want you getting out. Tell me about this moon. It fell on the floor and disappeared. Oh my gosh. I found it. Actually, ow, I found 2 cards. People from way back. Okay, so somebody, whoever's coming your way and bringing you this information is somebody from way back. Now, oops, sorry. I'm sorry. This came out, when I picked it up, it was in reverse. So something is being uncovered, which is funny because that's the opposite of the moon is something hidden, right? Something secret. And this means the opposite, like things are clearing up. The confusion is lifting. Somebody's not confused about something anymore. Somebody was confused about something. Somebody's not confused about something anymore. Tell me about this garden. You know, this is reputation, social gatherings, like group events, social status. So somebody's not confused anymore. About what they're supposed to do, about the choice they're supposed to make. So somebody had a choice to make. We did see crossroads earlier, and I feel like somebody is not confused about the choice they have to make anymore. Now, hopefully, the choice they have to make is positive for you. The choice they have to make, 33, the key, the answer, the open door. The answers, they got the answer. They had a choice. They were contemplating something. They were going back and forth, and I feel like they've had some sort of epiphany. Something was unveiled, possibly about your intuition or about why somebody, I feel like, why somebody wanted to end you or block you or stop you. Somebody now has an epiphany. They have the answer. They have the key. Sometimes I forget what I say earlier in the reading, and the reading is getting long. We have the King of Pentacles here again. Okay, so remember I mentioned him earlier. They have to let go of something, you, or this money that maybe they got with this illegal contract, this non-binding contract. They have to walk away. There goes Saturn. So Spirit is just confirming everything that I said. So yeah, you know what? You're going to be released. I feel like you're going to be released. You are going to be free to go. They can't hold you back. Your new beginning is you moving on, moving forward towards your dreams. And with the garden, that actually even stands for something online. So you could have do like art or something like that online, or you could be manifesting your dream right now or practicing your dream. Either way, you are able to bring this to fruition. This is something, hands down, whatever it is you want to do, this is your confirmation that you have the power to do so. Again, you could be an earth sign or a Virgo or Gemini, with the Mercury there. Anything else we need to know, Spirit, before we wrap this up? The fight's over. They can't defend themselves, and you're not going to have your back up against the wall with all these people anymore. You know, it could be something like you're actually physically leaving, or something about your reputation is being cleared up at this point. This full moon for you in a couple days is going to really complete a cycle for you, I feel. That being said, the 26th, yesterday, July 26th, I believe the North and South Node moved signs from Virgo and Pisces. South Node in Virgo, North Node in Pisces. So you could be a Virgo again or a Pisces. Virgo is coming out a lot here. You're going to be having something to celebrate. Make your plans, because you have the world in your hands. They have completely lost control of the plot. And I think they've lost control of this Ten of Pentacles. Because that King of Pentacles had to let go of that Four of Pentacles. And I'm feeling like this is what it was. But I'm going to leave it there. Make your dreams come true, guys. No matter what's going on in the world, there's always room for dessert. I love you, and I'll see you again. Peace.